Peter Schweizer. But first, I want you to watch this clip of Hillary Clinton.
I'm really proud of the Clinton Foundation. I am proud of the work that it does. There is absolutely no connection between anything that I did as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. So people can say that, but I'm proud of our philanthropic work, our personal, family philanthropic work, the work of the Clinton Foundation.
To steal a line from Hillary. Welcome in now. We do Peter Schweizer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to have him back. It's been a long time. Best-selling author, president of Government Accountability Institute, and the author of Clinton Cash. You know it, you love it. The untold story of how and why foreign governments and business helped make Bill and Hillary rich. It's now out in paperback. And Peter, welcome. There's also another version of the book, correct?
Yeah, it's a graphic novel version, believe it or not. I was approached last year after the book came out. People said, look, it's a compelling story. Not everybody has the time to read a long nonfiction book. So let's do a graphic novel version. They got great artists from Batman and elsewhere. So that just came out on Tuesday, sold out on Amazon on the first day.
Great. Congratulations on that. All right. News out today, the tax returns. Hillary, the Clintons filed their tax returns. But the big, first of all, they're making a big deal that they paid a combined 43.2% with federal and state and local taxes. I don't think it should be a contest of what percent you pay. Like Clinton's, Trump's attorney said yesterday, Trump should pay the least amount of taxes he could legally pay. But I want to get to this. Since 2007, the Clintons have earned or reported $43 million, almost $44 million. Talk about how you believe, they did that.
Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, Bill Clinton didn't join a company. He doesn't have a business. Neither does Hillary. They got it basically by doing two things: writing books, or, and this is a large piece of the pie, by giving speeches, paid speeches, a lot of them by Bill Clinton while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Every ex-president has done this since Eisenhower. The problem is with Bill Clinton, those speaking fees went up dramatically between the time his wife became Secretary of State. And I think that a lot of those speaking fees, when you look at the timing of them, the overinflated amount that they were paid, it had a lot more to do, frankly, with buying and incurring influence than it did with actually giving a speech.
Yeah, well, we have now revelations, Peter, just in the past few days, certainly after Hillary made that remark on Fox News Sunday back at the end of July. We have these emails that have come out regarding the connections of the State Department under Hillary's tenure and the Clinton Foundation. Let's work maybe backwards. Yesterday we found out that Hillary's chief of staff, Cheryl Mills, at the State Department, while she was at the State Department as Hillary's chief of staff, flew to New York to interview someone to be a big top official at the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, look, Hillary Clinton, when she took the post as Secretary of State, did so on conditions that she had to agree to beforehand with Barack Obama, and I give him credit for this. One of those was that you had to disclose on an annual basis all the contributors to the Clinton Foundation. We now know that they completely ignored that. There's at least 1,100 donors that have not been disclosed, so we don't even know everybody that's put money into the foundation. Second part of that agreement was that the Clinton Foundation and the State Department would have nothing to do with one another. Well, as you pointed out, there's the case involving Cheryl Mills, but also keep in mind Uma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's top aide. Who is Uma Abedin? She's on the payroll of the State Department. At the same time, she's on the payroll of the Clinton Foundation. So I don't know how you can separate the two when your top aide is being paid by both of them.
And yeah, go ahead, continue, go ahead.
This is another example, Steve, of what we had with the emails, which is they just sort of seem to lie through it. They continue to lie, and I just don't think we should give a lot of credibility to any explanations that they offer.
Right, and then of course, well, the media is complicit in this, and I want to get to that in a second. There, of course, was another email that was very revealing. A huge, big donor to the Clinton Foundation wanted an audience with an ambassador and went to the State Department and said, hey, went to the Clinton Foundation and said, I want to meet with this guy. So the people at the Clinton Foundation emailed the people at State to try to set up this meeting. Now, the media, and led by CNN, has been literally acting as defense attorney to Hillary in this matter by saying, but that meeting never took place. The meeting didn't happen. How they know that, I don't know. But even if they're right, my God, if this is one example that we've seen in an email, then the email didn't say, oh my God, I know we never do this, but this was just one probably in a long line of these kinds of conflicts.
And here's the thing, Steve, and this cannot be emphasized enough. Look, we all know how the game and money in politics is played. Guys on Wall Street raise money for politicians because they want access and they want favors. That's kind of how the game's played. But if you are a foreign government or a foreign investor or oligarch, you can't do that. Federal law prevents you precisely for this reason. We don't want foreign entities influencing our political leaders. Here's the problem. The Clinton Foundation is a way around that. So the guy in this case, Gilbert Chagoury, he's a Lebanese-Nigerian businessman, by the way, with a criminal record. He can't give money to Hillary Clinton's campaign, but he can give money to the Clinton Foundation. And when he wants to talk to U.S. policymakers, what does he do? He goes to the Clinton Foundation, which contacts Hillary Clinton's top aides and says, set up this meeting. Right. Now, anybody who's spent 5 minutes in Washington, D.C. knows if the U.S. ambassador to Lebanon gets a request for a meeting from a senior aide to the Secretary of State, they are going to treat that very differently than if some Foreign Service officer says, this Lebanese-Nigerian businessman wants to meet with you. That's how the game is played. So this is about foreign access. Yep. This is why this is so unique. Foreign oligarchs getting access to our national leaders, conduit the Clinton Foundation.
And we've heard from so many people, and you might even agree, this may be unethical, it may be immoral, it may be violation of some rules, but it's probably not illegal. However, we also learned yesterday, and you'd never know it from the media because all they cared about was did Donald Trump say that Obama started ISIS or not. That's all they care about. The FBI wanted the Department of Justice to investigate strange movements in monies in banks regarding the Clinton Foundation, and the Justice Department said no.
Right, exactly. And of course, you've got the Attorney General who...
Sitting on a plane with Bill.
Sitting on a plane with Bill. She was appointed to a judicial job by President Bill Clinton in the 1990s. She's now Attorney General for Barack Obama, who has endorsed Hillary Clinton. I mean, these are what? These are massive conflicts of interest. And this is precisely a time when a law enforcement official, like the Attorney General, should be recusing themselves. Okay. To me, it's just outrageous.
So what's going to happen here, Peter? I mean, is anybody going to what do you think is going to be in any more emails we see? Is there going to be, these are all smoking guns, but is there going to be something that the media won't be able to ignore, that they're going to have to go with, that's going to bring Hillary down?
Well, I've seen some of the emails. There are more emails coming out, and they are going to have some real revelations in them. But look, the Clintons are not stupid. They're not going to write an email that says, give me this money and I will do you a favor. Right. No politician does that. That's not how corruption occurs. You look for a pattern of behavior where funds flow and favors are done in return. This is why Senator Menendez is being prosecuted. This is why the governor of Virginia, former governor of Virginia, was prosecuted. This is why the former governor of Alabama is sitting in a jail, not because there was an explicit quid pro quo, but because there was a pattern of behavior. And I am convinced that if a grand jury heard this evidence, it is far more detailed, far more compelling than any of those other political corruption cases.
I couldn't agree with you more. Peter, thank you very much. Everybody, folks, if you didn't pick up Clinton Cash the first time, pick it up now. It's out in paper book. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, up next, folks, Sharyl Attkisson, Emmy Award-winning journalist, host of Full Measure with Sharyl Attkisson. Don't go away.